Our Lord taught, "Blessed are the peacemakers," and the Church throughout history has sought to bring peaceful solutions to conflict. However, there are realities that must be confronted, and among these is that the use of force to maintain order and peace against evil can be a moral necessity.
At times, there really is no alternative other than to resort to the use of force. So there's a real recognition that the world is sinful.
But what are the keys to separating what we call today a just war from mere conquest and criminality?
Some of the key principles are found actually in the Catechism of the Catholic Church in paragraph 2309. And those principles go back all the way to St. Augustine.
Thanks to the reflections of the great doctors of the Church, such as Augustine and St. Thomas Aquinas, just war theorists note key principles as to when war is justified. In the decision to go to war, for example, the evil under consideration must be serious or long-standing. War must be a last resort. War must be declared by a proper authority, and there's reasonable chance of success. And there are clear rules for conducting a war. It must be proportional. It uses only as much force as is necessary. It is discriminating, no targeting of civilians and non-combatants, and it is carried out with a right intention.
So we have to make sure that we have, both by international law and by morality, a just cause, a cause that permits us to use some sort of force in order to vindicate it.
Sometimes the decision is easy. When Franklin Delano Roosevelt declared war on Japan after the attack on Pearl Harbor on December 7, 1941, virtually no one believed that the cause for going to war was not just or necessary. But there is long-standing debate about dropping the atomic bomb on Japan. Were there alternatives to using such a massively destructive weapon? Similar controversy relates to President George W. Bush's decision to go to war against Iraq in 2003. The recent popes have also stressed the risks of waging a war, given the destructive power of modern weapons. Pope St. John XXIII wrote back in 1959, in the dark days of the Cold War, "If, God forbid, another war should break out, nothing but devastating destruction and total ruin await both victor and vanquished. The monstrous weapons our age has devised will see to that."
The destructive power of modern weapons, especially when we think of weapons of mass destruction, for the church's wisdom says those are absolutely intrinsically evil, because in war, you can never target civilians.
Pope Francis goes even further than his immediate predecessors, such as in his recent encyclical Fratelli Tutti, that just war theory should be applied even more critically.
But part of his concern is that the whole apparatus of just war theory is being misused by people. It's being overextended. The language of cause is being extended to things that really shouldn't be vindicated by the use of force. So he's actually employing a just war analysis in the document in order to make the case that it has to be used properly.
Father Petrie also notes, however, that the just war theory is still relevant.
So, yes, the just war theory is relevant, but it clearly does need to be prudentially applied to the difficult situations the world faces today.